Dear sales professionals, how are you today? Let's talk about handling objections. A lot of us, of course, sales professionals, always feel discouraged every time we have a no from a customer, especially a customer who we've been chasing for months or weeks. Not just one customer, many customers. And then we hear this no, and then all hell breaks loose, and that's it. That's it for sales for like 1 week. We have this frown on our face. We have this downcasted look every time we come to work just because we didn't close that sale. Most times it's a big sale. Yes, we understand this. However, that's not the right attitude for it. Over the years, over time, many sales professionals will agree with me that it doesn't take being downcasted or having a face in quotes around the office because you didn't close that sale so that every other person will think that you're worried because you didn't close that sale. You don't need to write it on your face. Worry should be much more time and much more innovations to think about this customer. Before we even try to sell to this customer, or before we even try to approach this customer, did you do research? Did you check about this customer? Did you know about this customer? Did you find out what's all about this customer? Everything is online, trust me. Everything. How many times did you reach out to this customer? How many times did you even attend this customer's events? Yes, yes, you heard me right. Closeness, relationship in sales is highly important. In fact, it's the one thing that makes sales happen. My dear sales professionals, being sad or having, this big box in your heart just because you didn't close the sale doesn't make that sale close it anyways. But pushing more, putting in more effort, putting in more research, making sure that you get close to the customer to be able to find out when this customer will even be ready to buy. Because this customer may be ready, and unfortunately, you are still in that mood. You are still in that place where you don't want to speak to anybody because you didn't close the sale. So how would you know when the customer is ready? How would you be even open for the customer to be able to reach out to you? So my dear sales professionals, let's do better. Let's do better with handling objections. Let's do better with believing that not all sales must close at that time you want it to close. Sometimes the sale you start today closes next year. Sometimes the sale you start today even closes today. But then again, it's not proper that we carry this in mind, especially when you are following the processes of sale, which is approach, of course, which is also looking, researching the prospects. And of course, many conversations, even before negotiations and closing. Now we have closed the sale. So it's not only about handling objections. We have closed the sale now. So what happens afterwards? We'll see what happens